Danelle. Thank you so much for tuning in to this special episode.
Cheapen.
I will be talking about how to survive nursing school without going insane or failing out or feeling the existential dread that nursing school often brings. Nursing teachers can be intimidating, and I found I was really intimidated the first few weeks, but they are there to help you. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, if you're struggling, if you feel like you are falling behind, if you feel like you can't maintain the balance of school and work and your life. If you have questions about the material, you need clarification, they are there to help you. So make sure that you connect with your teachers early on. So the next tip I have, I really like. It's animal therapy.
Cheapen.
Animals are so healing and they really allow us to de-stress. So it's a really good method to just be present with an animal and de-stress in that way. You want to take time for yourself. You want to force yourself to do things that feed your soul. Instead of just coming home from clinic and just watching TV or scrolling through your Instagram for hours, try to pick one thing, even if it's just one thing a few times a week, one thing once a week, two things once a week that make you feel really happy and that can keep you connected to yourself. Because social media, the internet, TV, none of it is inherently bad. We need to kind of get rid of that understanding, but too much of it is not good for you. You want to maintain balance, you want to maintain your sanity, any sense of joy and happiness in your life. You want to maintain, and you have to work harder in nursing school to do that. Okay, my next tip is something that I did not do for like half of nursing school, and then I started doing it and it changed a lot for me. It is skimming through your required reading chapters or slides before you go to class. This is pretty basic, but a lot of people start to slack off and don't do it, but it really makes things a lot easier if you kind of are familiar with the material before you go into class. So this will also boost your confidence because you'll actually know what the teacher is talking about, and boosting confidence has been known to boost performance. So just keep that in mind, that any way you can kind of boost your confidence is awesome. My next tip is that things will get really hard, and then things will get much better, and then really hard again, and then way better. There were times where I was up like half the night doing my CISs, my paperwork for clinicals, and then the next semester we did not have to do any of that paperwork, and I had like way more free time. So really there's a flow to nursing school. It's really hard at first. You just got to stick it out. They front load you with all this material, and then it starts to get easier. You get into the flow of it, then it'll start to pick up again. So just make sure you keep that in mind, that that is the natural way of it, that you're doing fine, and just allow yourself to just accept that flow. My next tip is to practice presence. So I teach yoga. It's what I did throughout all of nursing school, and it was a great job because it really allowed me to de-stress. And one thing I teach my students is Tonglen. It's a Buddhist practice where instead of breathing out your problems, stuffing things down, ignoring things, avoiding your issues, which all of us tend to do in one way or another. It's just human. Tonglen practice allows us to feel. So as you breathe in, you think of all of your pain. You let it come up, even if it's overwhelming. You breathe it in, you let it fill your body, you give yourself that space to feel things that you may have otherwise been suppressing. So in nursing school, stress is a good example. Breathe in your stress, let it be there fully, accept it, be present with it, and then you'll notice as you get better at this and you practice this, you can start to release emotions better and they don't like stick with you. Therapy. So many things about mental health and, issues with mental health are so stigmatized in this society, and it would be beneficial to everyone to eradicate that stigma around mental health. Therapy is so good for anyone. It gives you a place to really unearth issues and get clarity and an objective perspective about what's going on in your life. So if you have insurance that covers therapy, really try to take advantage of it if this is something that you think would be beneficial. And even if it's something you don't think would be beneficial, I highly recommend you try it. My final, most important tip is get support from your classmates, your family, your friends, your loved ones. Mostly your classmates, because they are going through the exact same thing that you are going through. They are struggling just as much, if not more, than you are. And having connection to people who are going through the same struggle as you is absolutely crucial. So even if it's just one or two people in your nursing class that you really vibe with, make sure that you are reaching out to them and you are also offering to help them. My nursing class was an amazing group of people. I loved everyone, and we had this group text going, which some people don't like that, but I really liked it. I liked knowing that they were there whenever I needed them. I loved having the support and being able to support them, and I really felt like we were a family, a cohesive unit, and that we were getting through it together. So that is, for me, or was for me, so important.